black avatar suddenly erupted. Obviously, this had already exceeded the definition of Demon Zen. When Yu Shangrong retreated with his avatar, his brows furrowed slightly. He actually knew to use the Lotus Throne to resist. Ultimately, I was careless. He learned that move of mine. Prepare to die. And there's me. Zhang Yuanshan stomped his feet on the ground, his body like an arrow shot from a bow, with the corpse on the rope, plus his avatar, attacking from the upper, middle, and lower routes. Second Mister, the disciples of the underworld sect cried out in worry. The speed of flying backward was too fast. In an instant, Yu Shangrong's figure could no longer be seen on the green jade altar. Zhang Yuanshan's arms turned black, and inky energy, with the distant corpse, launched an overwhelming offensive. 3 streams of energy were about to shatter Yu Shangrong's avatar. Second Senior Brother, a sky full of tide-like energy fell like a waterfall, blocking Yu Shangrong's 100 Tribulation inside avatar. All the energy struck that incredible tide. Above the tide, a female avatar, like an ice mountain goddess, emitted tide-like energy. All buildings within several thousand meters were completely destroyed, razed to the ground in an instant. Azure Sea Tide Birth Technique. 6th Junior Sister. Yu Shangrong's figure no longer moved backward but suddenly reversed and flickered forward. Zhang Yuanshan's face twisted, emitting a strange sound. But the newcomer was Yi Tianqin. She exhausted all her strength to block all the energy from the distant puppet. The third chance. Zhang Yuanshan's arms suddenly elongated. Second Senior Brother. He has a great sorcerer behind him. Entering the 3 souls can break it. Yi Tianqin transmitted her voice. As her energy continued to contract, she suddenly discovered that not only had Zhang Yuanshan's arms lengthened, but the entire sky was filled with his tentacles. Several of those tentacles had already reached her. Indeed, the wave-like forceful energy tried to block the tentacles. The tentacles forcefully struck the forceful energy wall. Yu Shangrong, holding his sword, arrived at the very front, fast as lightning. What he slashed was the Demon Zen. The longevity sword blade carried a huge fan-shaped forceful energy. Yu Shangrong gripped the longevity sword with both hands and sliced downwards. The terrifying characteristic of the longevity sword appeared. All the forceful energy seemed to spark as it cut into the black golden lotus avatar. The avatar cracked. Kong Yuan's eyes widened, his palms pressed together, watching helplessly as the black avatar was sliced open. The remaining power of the longevity sword sent him flying. The rope still tied to his body also snapped in an instant, and he flew outwards. Junior Sister. Golden Lotus Defense. Yi Tianqin was startled. Her avatar moved back horizontally, and the golden lotus bloomed, blocking all the tentacle attacks. A gleam flashed in Yu Shangrong's eyes. He stepped on the void, holding his sword in his right hand, and dashed forward at an angle. He flickered towards Zhang Yuanshan. After seeing Kong Yuan sent flying, Zhang Yuanshan instinctively looked up at the sword demon Yu Shangrong. Yu Shangrong, with dark clouds behind him, approached from a 45-degree angle in front, treading through the air. With each step, a golden ripple spread out from under his feet. Those golden ripples seemed to shake even the space in front. As the number of steps increased, Yu Shangrong's figure became hazy, and the entire space seemed to be underwater, blurry and indistinct, as if in a dream. This was Yu Shangrong's famous sword move. Returning, I enter the 3 souls. The so-called entering the 3 souls refers to the first sword, Tai Guang, is also the chi of pure yang and harmony. The second sword, Shuang Ling, is the transformation of Yin Qi. The third sword, Yu Jing, is the impurity of Yin Qi. All cultivators in the world possess 3 souls. Tai Guang is the nascent divinity. The term nascent divinity in nascent divinity tribulation realm also originates from this. Returning, I enter the 3 souls. 3 swords, 3 paths, struck simultaneously. 3 swords combined into one, severing the 3 souls. Then the soul scatters. Yu Shangrong's 3 figures were not just that. They seemed to carry 3 avatars as well. 3 golden lotuses also descended from the sky simultaneously. This completely overturned Zhang Yuanshan's understanding. Zhang Yuanshan stared with wide eyes, watching the 3 figures merge into one. Bama, help me. I told you before, you only have 2 or 3 chances. This 3rd time will be your life. Yu Shangrong's sword fell. No sound was heard. Everything returned to silence. Zhang Yuanshan desperately wanted to pull the rope, to use Kong Yuan's corpse for defense. Unfortunately, Kong Yuan was long gone. So be it. So be it. He felt his whole body tremble, as if his soul had been pierced through. But he did not stop laughing loudly, so much so that the laughter traveled very, very far. It reached the green jade altar. Has he gone mad? I have been a coward my whole life, afraid for a lifetime. I, Zhang Yuanshan, will also face death with equanimity for once. With Zhang Yuanshan at the center, energy vented outwards in all directions. Countless tentacles continuously expanded. This was Zhang Yuanshan's true 3rd chance, and also the trump card Bama had left on him. You even know this? If I die, you die too. Those tentacles crazily lunged towards Yu Shangrong and Yi Tianqin. 2nd Senior Brother, Yi Tianqin, in order to resist the tentacles, had already flown far away. Yu Shangrong was at the very center. Seeing the sky full of tentacles, he violently swung the sword in his hand. The sword was like the wind, like a raging storm. No sword forceful energy appeared, only sword shadows continuously emitting a red glow. A circular area formed with Yu Shangrong at its center. A scene of his master tempering his sword skills surfaced in his mind. Practicing swordsmanship under a tree in autumn. All leaves must be cut. Practicing swordsmanship in the rain. No rainwater must touch the body. Practicing swordsmanship in the snow. All snowflakes must be avoided. He couldn't remember how many wooden swords he had broken. Every time one broke, he would be beaten violently by his master. A true master of the sword path cherishes his sword deeply and would never let it be easily destroyed. Until I no longer destroyed wooden swords, Master then bestowed upon me the longevity sword. Longevity sword, symbolizing longevity. For the people of the gentleman country, who are inherently short-lived, this was undoubtedly the best symbolic meaning. This sword is my everything. If you want to kill your opponent, just swing your sword with force. His master's past admonition echoed in his ears. Become one with the sword. Yu Shanrong's sword swinging speed became faster and faster, faster and faster. All approaching tentacles were severed. All purple energy was blocked outside the sword shadows. As Yi Tianxin flew backward, tumbling through the air, she was stunned. She knew second senior brother was very strong, but to be strong to this extent was something she had never imagined. Looking at the sky full of purple energy and the endlessly extending tentacles, she threw out her emotional ring. Second senior brother. The Azure Sea Tide Birth technique slowed down the rhythm of the tentacles. Yu Shanrong let out a soft cry. A 10-meter-high avatar seemed to press against the sky. Expand, contract, like a lotus flower blooming. The tentacles were densely cut by the sword's forceful energy. Simultaneously, the golden lotus throne beneath the avatar blocked the tentacles below. The longevity sword, with the golden lotus as its center, continuously flew around, reaping the tentacles. At first glance, it looked like a vortex. The energy of the tentacles was instantly reduced by more than half. This sword strike from Yu Shanrong was an all-out effort, holding nothing back. This move of expansion and contraction, coupled with the longevity sword's vortex-like frantic reaping, successfully suppressed the tentacles. Yi Tianxin retracted her avatar, flipped in midair, and looked forward with a face full of disbelief. Everything returned to tranquility. This is the sword demon? Yu Shanrong stood within his avatar, controlling its operation. 100 Tribulation Insight. It consumes too much energy. To be able to maintain the 100 Tribulation Insight avatar for so long, few in the world could do it. Yu Shanrong's gaze fell upon the golden lotus. 8 resplendent golden lotus leaves spun rapidly. On the lotus leaves, faint purple spots appeared. He watched with a calm and thoughtful expression. The golden lotus dissipated. The disciples of the underworld sect leaped down from the green jade altar one after another. The ground was a mess, utterly chaotic. As far as the eye could see, it was riddled with pits and craters. What on earth happened here? More than one monster. I personally saw that person swing someone out with a rope, like a dried corpse. It seems like puppet techniques and sorcery. Second Mister is likely in grave danger. No way! Second Mister's cultivation is unfathomably profound. How could he run into trouble so easily? There's always someone stronger. Is there anything absolute in this world? The sect master once said that an individual's strength is always less than the strength of a group. Recalling the black avatar that appeared on the green jade altar and the purplish-black tentacles, everyone shuddered. Just as everyone was guessing wildly, not far away, a small purple circle slowly rose into the sky. In the air, it condensed into the shape of the Mount Bama, looking like a wolf, and actually emitted a low voice. Yu Shanrong must die. Then the sorcery circle dissipated between heaven and earth. What was that thing? It disappeared. The purple energy above also vanished along with it. What do we do now? Abandon the green jade altar. Report this matter to the sect master first. System notification. Killed one target. Obtained 2,000 merit points. Lu Zhou frowned slightly. Based on previous reward calculations, 1 leaf to 5 leaf were all 1,000 merit points. 6 leaf to 8 leaf were all 1,500 merit points. Why would there be a 2,000 merit point reward? Yu Shanrong, Yu Jinghai and Si Wuyao were not captured and brought back, let alone returned to the fold. No merit points for them. The other disciples didn't have this capability yet. The only one capable of killing high-level targets was Yu Shanrong. 9 leaf? Yu Shanrong's cultivation was indeed profound and unfathomable, but to kill a 9 leaf was not very realistic. Moreover, where would one find a 9 leaf target? Could it be someone had thought of the same thing as this old man long ago, and some had even achieved a cultivation surpassing 8 leaf by cutting the golden lotus? He recalled that when discussing the 9 leaf with Leng Luo and Pan Lidian, Jian Ijian had mentioned seeing related records in the inner treasury. This indicated that he was definitely not the only one in the world researching the 9 leaf matter. Bian Tian Luo, Gong Yuandu, the Great Flame Imperial family, and others, people had always been researching it. Besides Great Flame, in Lulan, Gentle Edge, Qigong, and other myriad nations, there were numerous cultivators. How could no one have tried? Attendance, summoned Jian Ijian. Yes, during this period, Jian Ijian had been hiding in the evil Sky Pavilion. News of Jian Ijian's death had already spread far and wide. Now, although some in the Imperial Palace didn't believe it, it wasn't important. Jian Ijian's intelligence network was formidable. It was time for him to do something. 100 km north of Green Jade Altar, on a mountain peak, the clouds dispersed, and the setting sun shone, dyeing the layered forest. Tianxin pays respects to second senior brother, sixth junior sister. No need for formalities. Yu Shanrong held his longevity sword, not turning around, but watching the sunset that was about to fall. He He didn't know why, but he suddenly felt the sunset was very beautiful, more beautiful than any time before. Great Flame never lacked fairyland-like scenery and mountains. Yi Tianxin still couldn't believe that what she had seen was real. Second Senior, are you alright? I'm fine. Second Senior Brother's sword path has truly opened this junior sister's eyes. Yu Shangrong shook his head. Not worth mentioning. I heard that Second Senior Brother has returned to the Evil Sky Pavilion. I don't know if it's true or false. Yu Shangrong smiled and nodded. Then the matter of the death list is also true? Yu Shangrong finally turned around, his gaze falling on Yi Tianxin. This look made Yi Tianxin somewhat reserved and nervous. Since leaving the Evil Sky Pavilion, becoming the revered derived Moon Palace Master, becoming the 6th expert on the blacklist, becoming the jade-faced Azura feared by the world, when had she ever been this nervous? Yu Shangrong nodded again with an That list circulating in the cultivation world. All on it are renowned experts. They've all become souls fallen under Second Senior Brother's sword. What kind of means they encourages this? 6th Junior Sister, Master has not forgiven you? Yi Tianxin was stunned, not knowing how to answer this question. Her expression became somewhat unnatural. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. I'm afraid I can never return to the Evil Sky Pavilion. The road is long. Just be yourself. Second Senior Brother is right. What are your plans? I don't know either. Like a headless fly. Suddenly, she felt that speaking like this was a bit pretentious. If you don't have a goal, then find a new one. Yi Tianxin, her thoughts weren't as simple as Second Senior Brother's, but life sometimes isn't complicated. The more you think, the more you restrain yourself. It wasn't that she didn't have a goal, but that she wasn't firm enough about her goal. Second Senior Brother, are you returning to the Evil Sky Pavilion next? After the matter of the list is resolved, I will go north. Where to? Little Salt Mount. Little Salt Mount? Where is that? That is my home. A place that has already lost its flavor. Apart from coldness and darkness, nothing else remains. She didn't know why Second Senior Brother would use coldness and darkness to describe his home. At least, there's still a hometown to return to. The white citizen, however, have nowhere to go. Thinking of this, Yi Tianxin sighed. Second Senior Brother, will you blame me? Your matter. I've heard people talk about it. Do you believe that someone in this world can live for 2,000 years? Yu Shangrong was slightly taken aback. For the people of Gentleman Country, this question was somewhat heartless. 1,000 years of cultivation was already a luxury. How could one speak of 2,000 years? You believe it? Second Senior Brother, during this time, I have been searching for something. Its name is Riding the Yellow. Many people say that once you have Riding the Yellow, you can live to be 2,000 years old. I have searched for a long time but haven't found it. Living doesn't necessarily mean achieving a certain goal. The greatest driving force for living is to always have hope in one's heart. Then be firm and continue searching slowly. Even if hope is slim, it's better than no hope at all. Yi Tianxin was at a loss for words for a moment. Hope is slim, but it's better than no hope at all. Thank you for your guidance. Second Senior Brother, the sun is about to set. Junior Sister, you should return early. Senior Brother, take care. The sun set, and everything entered darkness. A crack opened in a stone. The longevity sword was wedged in the crack. Yu Shangrong sat down cross-legged, his palms stacked in front of him. The 100 Tribulation Insight avatar appeared, albeit not large, even shorter than himself by half a head. The purple spots on the golden lotus were spreading slowly, like lotus leaves infested with insects. Those purple energies were the insects, mobilizing primal energy. The golden lotus spun rapidly, its radiance flaring. After a round of circulation and healing, the spread of those purple energies was merely suppressed by his powerful cultivation, but they did not disappear. This battle was not won easily, at least compared to many past battles. It was somewhat difficult. Even when sparring with eldest Senior Brother in the cloud illuminating forest, it wasn't as exhausting as today. In his impression, Zhang Yuanshan was merely the sect master of a second-rate sect, a coward afraid of death, the kind of target that could be finished with one sword strike. Now he had become this strong. Lolan's great sorcerer, you're lucky it was me you met. He didn't finish the rest of his words, then retracted his avatar, tapped his toes, and flew north. Notify the other branches. Say that second Mister's battle with Zhang Yuanshan was perilous, his fate uncertain. Our judgment should be perilous, fate uncertain. However, the meaning of perilous, fate uncertain became multifaceted, injured, defeated, or even killed in battle. All were possible. Thus, rumors were born. The major sects of the cultivation world simultaneously breathed a sigh of relief. Rumors spread like wildfire. When more and more people spread this rumor, there was no longer a need to verify the truth of the event. In the following period, the rumors became increasingly exaggerated. Even some storytellers would excessively embellish the Battle of Green Jade Altar. Sword Demon Yu Shangrong defeated by Zhang Yuanshan, severely injured. Why did the cowardly Zhang Yuanshan suddenly exert himself? A generation Sword Demon ultimately fell. Overly conceited. The era of the Evil Sky Pavilion will soon end. Under the night sky, in a burial ground, a black shadow floated in midair, its feet only about half a foot from the ground, continuously flying at low altitude above the graves. A thick purple gas emanated from its body. The goo sorcery has taken effect. Yu Shangrong will disappear from this world. Next, it's the Evil Sky Pavilion. Junior Sister, I will make the entire Evil Sky Pavilion be buried with you. 7 days later, Evil Sky Pavilion. Lu Zhou was pondering about the 9-leaf matter. Little Yuaner was was still in the main hall practicing her control over the Brahma Heaven Silk. At this moment, Ming Shireen walked in holding a flying letter. Fourth senior brother. I can already use the Brahma Heaven Silk to simulate various shapes. Master taught me. Amazing, amazing. Jian Aijian's flying letter. Jian Aijian's ability to get things done is truly outstanding. He was only gone for 7 days, and he already replied. That gang of old men from the Elders' Pavilion, apart from boasting and bootlicking, they're not much help. Old senior, the matter you asked me to inquire about doesn't need inquiring. Right now, rumors are flying everywhere that the sword demon was defeated in a battle with Zhang Yuanshan, and his fate is uncertain. However, it needs to be verified. I will investigate further. Another thing I need to tell you is that the underworld sect has already taken E-State. Wei Zhuoyan is an imposter after all. He doesn't have the ability to pacify E-State. There's more news. Not enough paper. Please turn over. What tricks is this fellow up to? He even knows to write on the back. I didn't notice when I first tried to open it. Ming Shireen cleared his throat and continued to read. The barrier of Golden Court Mountain has disappeared. Plus, your great limit is approaching, and second Mister has run into trouble. Old senior, be careful of that alliance of so-called righteous sects. It's been a while since I sent a flying letter to old senior. I'm a bit out of practice. If you could compensate me with another good sword, I'd be even more motivated. Ha ha ha. Only the earlier parts are somewhat useful. The latter part shouldn't have been read. Rumors, all rumors. With second senior brother's cultivation, how could Zhang Yuanshan possibly touch him? Zhang Yuanshan is just a timid coward. Judging from the merit points reward, things might not be that simple. It can be confirmed that Zhang Yuanshan is already dead. As for whether Yu Shangrong is in trouble, there's no way to judge. After all, up to now, the system hasn't given any notification of a disciple's death. Or perhaps, if a disciple dies, the system doesn't notify at all. Your second senior brother likes to act alone and doesn't like to communicate via flying letters. Master's criticism is correct. He's so old, yet he runs off without sending a flying letter to report his safety. Let him be. Although Lu Zhou said this, he still hoped nothing had happened to him. After all, if this strong pillar was lost because of this matter, he himself would feel regret. Should we manage eldest senior brother's side? He has already taken E-State. It's clear he wants to oppose the imperial court. This old man also wants to manage this traitorous disciple, to ask about what happened back then. The problem is, how can it be that easy? The underworld sect has so many branches, and many hidden strongholds. Cloud illuminating forest. After the battle with Yu Shangrong, who knows where he's hiding now? E-State is so big, we can't possibly search door to door. Moreover, in a short period, the underworld sect has grown from an initial several thousand members to hundreds of thousands. And the 4 great protectors, each with extraordinary strength. Behind the scenes, there's also Si Wuya helping with plans and strategies. Ever since I transmigrated, I haven't even met Yu Zhenghai once. It's always just a little bit off. The sect master of the world's #1 demonic sect runs faster than anyone. Am I that terrifying? Have Jian Aijian pay more attention to matters in E-State. If there's a suitable opportunity, I will naturally go to E-State to capture that traitorous disciple. Disciple obeys. Now rumors are rampant. Everyone thinks our evil Sky Pavilion is easy to bully. Disciple requests to go down the mountain and teach them a lesson. You just want to go out and play, don't you? Ming Shireen was about to kneel further to show his loyalty. Disciple pays respects to master. Fix the floorboard. Yes. Ming Shireen frowned. He must find time to properly discipline old 8th. Greetings, 4th senior brother. 4th senior brother, you are even more handsome than yesterday. Zhu Honghong also didn't hold back, kowtowing to Ming Shireen and Duan Musheng. I'll spare you for now. Disciple has something to report. Lu Zhou frowned and uttered a single word. Speak. Disciple received a flying letter from the traitor Si Wuya. He thought Disciple was still as easy to fool as before, but he didn't know that under Master's earnest teachings, Disciple has long become exceedingly clever. Less nonsense. Read the flying letter quickly. Master above, please accept Disciple's bow. That's going too far. I'm wronged. That's what the letter says. The 3 of them quickly knelt down. Lu Zhou glanced at them, too lazy to scold them. With a wave of his hand, forceful energy rolled up the flying letter and floated it into his palm. It turned out the flying letter was about Yu Shangrong and Zhang Yuanshan. The previous doubts about Yu Shangrong killing a high-level target were answered, but similarly, worry also arose in his heart. What did the flying letter say? Lu Zhou casually waved his hand, and the flying letter was thrown out. Ming Shireen caught the flying letter and read it as well. Second senior brother fought Zhang Yuanshan at Green Jade Altar. Zhang Yuanshan was sacrificed by the great sorcerer Bama. Second senior brother is likely in grave danger. Bama wants to target the evil Sky Pavilion to avenge Moli. Master, Si Wuya, that traitor's flying letter cannot be trusted. 4th senior brother is right. A traitor's words cannot be trusted. What Si Wuya said should be the truth. The judgment stemmed from the 2,000 merit points, especially with Jian Aijian's flying letter preceding it. It further confirmed the external rumors. Bama is Lolan's foremost sorcery genius. Over these years, Lolan's strength has increased considerably, all related to this Bama. If that's true, what about second senior brother? Disciple has one more thing to report. At Golden Court Mountain, many low-level cultivators have appeared. Disciple saw they wanted to cause trouble, so I threw them all away. Cause trouble? This fool is talking nonsense again. Which Which cultivator would dare to cause trouble at Golden Court Mountain? You didn't even ask what the matter was. They said some strange things happened and asked for our help. Our evil sky pavilion is not a charity hall. Old 8th. You probably don't know Master's new routine. The matter of the wilting should be related to sorcery. Perhaps Bama is brewing another conspiracy. Thinking of Siwuya's flying letter, Lu Zhou actually felt a little worried for Yu Shangrong. His old master wasn't angry because of this. In the past, with Yu Shangrong's cultivation, Lu Zhou wouldn't have needed to worry about him. But times were different now. How could he, as a master, stand idly by regarding Yu Shangrong's affairs? Disciple is willing to go down the mountain to investigate this matter. Disciple is willing to investigate this matter together with fourth senior brother. Lu Zhou's gaze fell upon the two of them. If it were in the past, Lu Zhou would not hesitate to let them carry out this task. The problem was, behind this was the great sorcerer Bama, a great sorcerer who even Yu Shangrong suffered against. If Ming Shirin and Zhu Honghong went, it would be no different from sending them to their deaths. No need to hurry, since he is targeting the evil sky pavilion. He will come eventually. Master is wise. 11th day. Night fell. In a forest and a graveyard, a dense mass of black figures advanced from the forest. Many new corpses also climbed out of the graves, joining the group, slowly advancing. Looking down from above, it was as if a swarm of ants had appeared on the ground. Behind the dense crowd of black figures, a small, dark-colored carriage flew at low altitude. In front of the carriage, two people were pulling ropes, leading the horses. A burly figure stood on the carriage, his eyes glowing green, looking with satisfaction at his large troop. Evil Sky Pavilion. I hope this time, it will satisfy you. The dark-colored carriage swept over the numerous black figures, driving all the corpses forward. Meanwhile, in the sky nearly 10,000 kilometers northwest of Great Flame's divine capital, the harvest of human hearts this year was good. Above numerous mountain ranges, a figure in a green robe hovered. He turned, and as far as his eyes could see, there was only forest and white snow. Endless. Except for me. That was the sword demon Yu Shangrong. He didn't dispel the white snow, but let the snowflakes fall on his hair, so much so that his eyebrows and hair were dyed white. Yu Shangrong held his arms, and the longevity sword on his back seemed to sense something, vibrating slightly. Could it be that he saw me? I'm home. Yu Shangrong appeared at the top of the tallest tree, looking ahead. It looked like a sunken flat land. He was lost in thought. A small flat land stretching for dozens of kilometers, surrounded by mountains, all covered in white snow. Under the white snow, weeds, and vaguely visible dilapidated walls. Things had changed. People were gone. Yu Shangrong tapped his toes lightly, and all the snow on the tree fell. That towering tree became distinct. Yu Shangrong flew forward. Halfway through his flight, he suddenly grunted. His body swayed, and he paused in midair, stopping his flight. Did he really see me? He lowered his arms, stacked his palms, and a miniature 100 Tribulation Insight avatar appeared. He held the small golden man-like avatar in one palm. On the golden lotus throne beneath the avatar, the purple spots had increased, covering nearly 1/3 of the lotus throne in purple. Ultimately, I was a bit careless. The only chance for the goo sorcery to enter the golden lotus was during that final, forceful sword swing. In half a month, it had infected 1/3. This meant he still had 1 month before the golden lotus throne would be completely occupied by the goo sorcery. At that time, it would be beyond saving. He made a hand gesture, and the 100 Tribulation Insight avatar disappeared. He continued flying forward, flying to the middle of that flat land. Yu Shangrong's expression was calm. He swung his arms downwards, and his entire person shot into the sky. The avatar reappeared, a 10-meter-high avatar, emitting immense heat. Even though 1/3 of the lotus throne was purple, this didn't prevent him from erupting with terrifying energy. As this energy burst forth, the surrounding white snow rapidly melted. After a moment, the white snow within a range of several thousand meters was evaporated by Yu Shangrong using his primal energy. The white receded, revealing the original appearance. Stalks of fragrant grass, rooted in the ground, grew strong against the wind and snow. At the entrance where he flew in, there were 2 fallen stone statues, resembling tigers. Unfortunately, they were damaged, only half remaining, still buried in the soil. Trees and bushes concealed the original land. Apart from the fragrant grass, all buildings had almost completely disappeared. All the past had been deeply buried. Nearby wolf packs howled at the sky. Some birds and beasts, seemingly affected by the avatar, scattered and fled. Low-level beasts, sensing Yu Shangrong's aura, dared not approach at all. Times had changed. Things were different. The wild wolves actually weren't afraid. Interesting. Yu Shangrong smiled and swooped down towards the wolf pack. Even the most ordinary wild wolves in the cultivation world were not comparable to the wild beasts near human cities. These wild wolves emanated a faint primal energy. In terms of running speed, they far exceeded ordinary wild wolves. Where do they want to take me? The wolf pack stopped beneath a mountain peak, an almost sheer cliff, a 90-degree vertical rock face. This is where you brought me? Oh, alright, I'll assume you understood my words. Thank you for leading the way. We'll meet again. The wolf pack, under the leadership of the Wolf King, actually turned around and left. Yu Shangrong raised his hand and struck the stone wall in front of him. The forceful energy hit the wall like a flatbread. All the snow fell off, revealing the original face of the stone wall. Yu Shangrong was slightly surprised. He walked forward and saw 3 large seal script characters on it. Fragrant grass tomb. It's actually fragrant grass tomb? Even though Yu Xiangrong was mentally resilient, he still felt a tremor upon seeing these 3 words. Yu Xiangrong raised his right hand, and a drop of blood flew from his fingertip towards the stone wall. Pat! The carved patterns on the stone wall lit up. This was indeed a tomb left by the people of Gentleman Country. The stone door slid open. Yu Xiangrong did not hesitate and walked in. Just as he stepped into fragrant grass tomb, the stone door quickly closed. The light instantly became exceptionally dim. Despite this, Yu Xiangrong looked ahead. The scene before him was somewhat shocking. A ground full of white bones, lying neatly on the floor. There is fragrant grass, born in the morning and dead by evening. There is a paradise beyond the world, where one would rather die than leave. Yu Xiangrong walked inward step by step, all the way to the innermost part. He found no white bones there. In the middle was a circular high platform. Looking up, it was empty, but the stone walls were engraved with seal script characters. The short-lived people of Gentleman Country never gave up their pursuit of longevity, but reality is often cruel. Ordinary people of Gentleman Country who have not entered cultivation live at most 30 to 40 years. After entering cultivation, their lifespan barely increases. Even an 8-leaf expert like Yu Xiangrong, with the help of the longevity sword, has at most 500 years of life. The cultivation world is a world where the strong prey on the weak. Without enough time to cultivate, how can one become powerful? In the long run, it's a vicious cycle. Generation after generation becomes weaker. The demise of Gentleman Country is a foregone conclusion. I am one of the new generation, one who refuses to submit, refuses to accept fate. Golden Court Mountain, Evil Sky Pavilion. Night had just fallen. Stop! A low voice spread in all directions. The dense crowd of black figures instantly stopped. Henku School, Great Elder Zhang Jin. A figure slowly turned around, facing the dark-colored carriage, its expression stiff, eyes lifeless. Bama took out a talisman paper, scribbled on it with one hand, and with a casual wave, the paper stuck onto Zhang Jin's body. Zhang Jin answered mechanically, then, like a mad dog, sprinted towards Golden Court Mountain. The current Golden Court Mountain, without its barrier, couldn't keep these people out. Zhang Jin, after all, was the great elder of Henku School in life, a 6-leaf cultivator. Before long, he arrived at the foot of Golden Court Mountain. He glanced up indifferently, then sprinted up the mountain peak, stirring up a gust of wind. Who dares trespass on Golden Court Mountain? Seeking death. The sword forceful energy was actually blocked by Zhang Jin's tough body. Zhou Jifeng realized that this was not a monster he could kill. He quickly rode his sword back. Arriving outside the Evil Sky Pavilion, he saw Ming Shirin and Duan Mushing pulling and tugging. He quickly landed. Not good. Third mister. Fourth mister. A monster is charging up. Monster? He suddenly remembered what Master had said before. The great sorcerer Bama was going to do something against the Evil Sky Pavilion. It should have been a secret plan or conspiracy. How could he just charge up so directly? So reckless? I'll go report to Master. Third senior brother, you go take a look. Duan Mushing lifted his overlord spear, glanced at Zhou Jifeng and said, you go inform the others. I'll go take a look first. The 3 went their separate ways. Duan Mushing's face was stern. Seeing Zhang Jin charging upwards, he brandished his overlord spear and thrust from the air. Diving down from above, hundreds of spear shadows carrying forceful energy stabbed vertically at Zhang Jin's face. Bang! Shatter! The spear shadows struck Zhang Jin's chest. Sparks flew. Zhang Jin retreated repeatedly until he was sent flying backward. This guy's body is so tough. That didn't even pierce him to death. Stand down. A majestic voice sounded. Behind and above, Master was seen riding Whitesword, appearing in the air. Little Yuaner, Ming Shirin, and the Elders' Pavilions Lun Luo and Pan Litian also appeared in midair, looking down from above. Henku School, Great Elder, wasn't he already killed by second senior brother? A dead person. So scary. I won't dare to sleep alone tonight. It's actually a dead person. It was normal for young female disciples with little experience to be somewhat frightened and worried by this scene. This old man has lived for so many years. It's been a long time since I've seen such sorcery. Have Buddhist monk Shujing come over? Yes. Just then, the talisman paper on Zhang Jin's body burned up, forming a purple circle in the air. A voice floated out. Yu Xiangrong has already fallen victim to my gu sorcery. He will undoubtedly die. If you have the ability, come down the mountain and fight me. A voice transmitting talisman paper that can also control dead corpses. This person's sorcery is complex and should not be underestimated. Didn't you hear him? He's certain second mister will die. This old man really wants to spit in his face. Then why don't you do it? Lun Luo goaded. Why wouldn't I dare? As soon as the words fell, Pan Litian stepped on the void, his entire body enveloped in a golden light, and charged towards Zhang Jin. His core also bloomed with golden light, rotating around his body. Truly worthy of being the top expert of the Clarity sect. Truly worthy of being the only old man in the Elder's Pavilion with a heaven-tier weapon. Zhang Jin remained expressionless, hit by this move. His corpse was enhanced by sorcery. Indeed a great sorcery genius. If we talk about comprehensive strength, this person definitely surpasses an 8-leaf. However, the drawbacks of sorcery are too great, requiring long accumulation. To be honest, I have a suggestion. What suggestion? Let's all board a flying chariot. Go play for 10 days to half a month. His sorcery won't be able to hold out, and it will naturally collapse. This was also a tactic targeting the weakness of sorcery. Like like if the opponent was casting a net, just avoid it directly. However, the way everyone was looking at him felt a bit strange. Did I say something wrong? After Zhang Jin landed, a pit was smashed in front of him by the wine gourd. Despite this, he still stood up, his expression numb. It's just a slightly tougher puppet. Watch this old man smash him flat. Don't be hasty. Take a look down the mountain first. Everyone looked down the mountain. Under the night sky, a dense crowd of people slowly advanced. A strange aura emanated from their bodies. Oh my god. Disciple thinks Elder Hua's suggestion can be considered. Can't you have some backbone? Just then, Buddhist monk Shujing, leading dozens of his disciples, arrived through the air. Amitabha, this old monk finally has a chance to repay benefactor Ji's kindness. This old monk has already notified other disciples to rush here. Old monk, you're a good sport. You're too kind. You're too kind. Hua Yueshing, subordinate is here. The high sky is your domain. You have the falling moon bow. Use it well. Capture the leader to capture the bandits. Hua Yueshing's figure tilted, raising the falling moon bow in her hand. She drew the bowstring, and an arrow of forceful energy shot out with a whoosh, tearing through the air. It looked exceptionally dazzling. The puppet fell with a thud, but quickly climbed up again. We must capture the leader to capture the bandits. These puppets are already dead corpses. Killing them, they'll just get up again. How could the others not understand this principle? Any slightly smarter sorcery cultivator would hide and control them slowly. Who knows where he is now? Lu Zhou swept his gaze and said, Elder Hua, you just guard the evil sky pavilion. Hua Wudao was not suited for offense. Having him guard the home was sufficient. Why have their bodies become so tough? The caster absorbed powerful life force, established a blood pool, and re-refined their bodies. However, this art is extremely evil. The more puppets controlled, the greater the backlash the caster suffers, losing at least 200 years of life. Learn something new. I don't care how tough they are. However many come, I'll kill that many. Disciple requests to fight. Under my protection, these disciples will naturally be fine. As long as Bama dares to appear, a lethal strike can take him out at any time. The rest is just cleaning up the battlefield. Having received Master's permission, Duan Mushing seemed even more pumped up, starting with 100 Tribulation Insight, bringing his 3 to 4 meters high avatar, and leaping down from the mountain. Third senior brother, truly as ferocious as ever. This was also why he was always reluctant to spar with third senior brother. All that poking and prodding every day, who could stand it? The 100 Tribulation Insight avatar was like a cannonball. A circular crater made by the Lotus Throne appeared before everyone. Prairie fire 100 strikes, 1,000 layering waves. Hua Wudao was rushing back when he saw this scene and almost spat out water. Thinking about having to stay in the evil sky pavilion in the future made his heart clench. Seeing Hua Yueshing occasionally drawing her bow and firing arrows of forceful energy, repelling those puppets, his mood improved a lot. Hanku School's great elder, Zhang Jin, climbed up and charged forward. They were just puppets. No pain, no fear, no death. Let's go too. My hands have been itching for a long time. Watch me. Old Eighth, crush your balls. For a time, forceful energy crisscrossed. Within a range of several hundred meters in front of the mountainside, it was chaotic, filled with forceful energy. Lu Zhou, riding Whitesword, arrived at a rock on the mountainside, observing secretly. The Pavilion Lord has disappeared. They are all just puppets. Indeed, it's not the Pavilion Lord's turn to act. Let's go help too. Everyone we can chop down counts. Go disciples, go. This old man is also helpless. With this old man's meager cultivation, I can only wave flags and cheer. Willing to sacrifice 200 years of life, just for the evil sky pavilion. Zhang Yuanshan grasped power surpassing 8 leaf, so Bama wouldn't be far off. After Yu Shanrong killed Zhang Yuanshan, was he captured by Bama and taken hostage? Pan Lydian once again knocked Zhang Jin back. Unbelievably sturdy, Ling Luo performed the art of Dao concealment and arrived in front of Zhang Jin. A flurry of attacks. Numerous palm prints densely struck Zhang Jin's body, smashed their napes. I'll listen to you this once. Pan Lydian, with Ling Luo's coordination, unleashed forceful energy from his entire body. Drunkenly pillow the rivers and mountains. The wine gourd smashed onto the back of Zhang Jin's head. Crack! Only a crisp cracking sound was heard. The stiff Zhang Jin waved his arms, screaming madly. But soon, he fell backward, on the verge of death. How's this old man's drunkenly pillow the rivers and mountains? Is this move part of the clarity sex techniques? Just thought of it. Isn't the name this old man came up with good? Attack their napes. Elder Ling is indeed knowledgeable and experienced. The puppets began to fall one by one. When they turned their backs to you, seize the moment to shoot. The puppets were all already dead people, so naturally, no merit points could be obtained. Repulsive sorcery. Amitabha. Bodhi originally has no tree. The clear mirror is not a stand. Dozens of other monks spoke at the same time. In an instant, with Shujing at the head and numerous monks at the center, a huge circular pattern, emitting light, appeared, encircling them. Then, it slowly descended. A greatly amplified Buddhist Dharma, clear mirror platform. Unexpectedly, under the combined effort of so many monks, its range and power became so immense. I feel the pressure on my chest has lightened. The light would continuously fluctuate with the monks chanting. Although Jian Aijian was a rather unreliable fellow, his suggestions were sometimes quite good. Cooperating like this, the value of Shujing and the other monks was significantly greater than fighting alone. One must know, those fighting below were all elites of the evil sky pavilion. Forceful energy energy ran rampant. The entire mountainside was completely occupied by periodically appearing avatars. In the furthest back corner, seeing the monks in the air emitting light, Bama frowned slightly. Buddhism? Bama waved his right hand. Old Demon G, I don't believe you can bear to watch them die in a sea of corpses. Those are all your enemies. Unleash your hatred to your heart's content. Kong Yuan was clearly dead, but it was as if he understood. 3 black palm prints, his body like lightning, rushed towards Shujing's monk formation, consecutively shooting 3 arrows of forceful energy, rushing towards Kong Yuan. The arrows of forceful energy smashed onto the black palm prints and disappeared without a trace. An 8-leaf puppet. He's really willing to spend the capital. Sorcery isn't that convenient. The higher the level of the puppet controlled, the greater the price one needs to pay. In the recent past, wilting has appeared everywhere. Borrowing life from heaven, Shujing chanted the determination seal, instantly activating the Bodhisattva golden body. Don't scatter. Your opponent is this old man. Pan Lydian, like a swift swallow, pressed towards Kong Yuan. Even if his cultivation hadn't recovered, he was once an 8-leaf. 8-leaf versus 8-leaf. Only then is it fair. With the wine gourd, pinning down Kong Yuan was no problem. If this continued, his primal energy would eventually be exhausted. As the disciples fought valiantly, the number of puppets had only decreased by a third. Lu Zhou casually waved his hand. Catch! Shujing didn't have time to distinguish what it was and quickly caught the object flying through the air. Looking closely, a rosary. This item is called the Buddha's Rosary. It originally belonged to Kong Yuan. Although it has recognized a master, it's better than nothing. How dare this humble monk accept Benefactor G's grace again? This thing was truly a mediocre weapon. Not only was it useless, but it also needed to be rarefied to recognize a master. But for Shujing, it was a treasure better than all top-grade bladed weapons. Thank you, Benefactor G. With this Buddha's Rosary, in the future, he just needed to cultivate well, and his strength and cultivation would rise dramatically. At that time, restoring the heaven-chosen temple to its former glory would not be impossible. With the Buddha's Rosary, Shujing felt his entire demeanor change significantly. Reorganize the formation. Clear mirror platform. A huge circle of light appeared beneath Shujing's feet. A new amplification forceful energy seal formed. A magnificent pattern and dazzling golden light descended from above, spreading across the ground. Old monk, I'll treat you to a drink some other day. Amitba, monks should not indulge in such things. Pan Lydian used the wine gourd to knock Kong Yuan far away, trying every means to attack the back of his head. But Kong Yuan was different from other puppets. Whether in terms of strength, cultivation, or reaction, he was much stronger than other puppets. And the demon Zen avatar that appeared from time to time made one have to be wary. Kong Yuan stared at Shujing in the sky. When he saw the rosary around Shujing's neck, he became enraged. He lost his sanity, continuously striking out dense black palm prints towards Pan Lydian. Old Pan, are you having problems? I can hold on. Pan Lydian's cultivation had not recovered after all. Relying on the wine gourd, he could barely hold Kong Yuan back, unable to truly face him head-on. Just as more than 10 puppets closed into attack, the range of the clear mirror platform expanded over. This instantly gave Pan Lydian a huge shock, and his energy center and energy sea also became much more comfortable. 8-leaf avatar, bringing his 3 to 4 meters high avatar. For a time, the ground was littered with corpses lying haphazardly. Kong Yuan flew out from the forest. Bama should be hiding in the formation behind, continuously controlling the numerous puppets. With the clear mirror platform's enhancement, the evil sky pavilion gained the upper hand. The puppet's rhythm clearly slowed down. Little Yuaner's rhythm, however, became faster and faster. She, with her 1-meter high avatar, charged around everywhere, kicking puppets flying one by one. Little Junior's sister, why are you making faces at them? They can't understand anyway. I like it. Behind the trees, within the sorcery formation, Bama let out a soft cry. Bald donkey, kill them all. Zhang Yuanshan's arms sprouted terrifying tentacles and fiercely lunged towards the people of the evil sky pavilion. Little Yuaner was startled. Trying to catch me? No way. 7 stars gathering cloud step. At this moment, Zhang Yuanshan's arms suddenly elongated. You can't escape. Brahma Heaven Silk. The Brahma Heaven Silk danced like a dragon and phoenix, wrapped in forceful energy, like a wall, blocking the way. At the same time, Duan Mushing's 1,000 overlapping waves rushed to rescue. Thousands of spear shadows all hit Zhang Yuanshan's chest. The heaven tier weapon struck the same place, forcefully creating a dent. Thank you, third senior brother. Above the evil sky pavilion, several powerful arrow energies flew, hitting the back of their heads. Sister Yueshing is so amazing. Being praised like this, Why Yueshing couldn't help but smile, and her whole demeanor became much more confident. Zhang Yuanshan, after all, was an enhanced Zhang Yuanshan, an expert surpassing the 8-leaf stage. To be repelled by Duan Mushing was already quite remarkable. Sure enough, Zhang Yuanshan leaped up, changed direction, and flew towards Jing Su in the sky. Determination seal. Bodhisattva golden body. When Zhang Yuanshan arrived before him again, he made an astonishing move. Both palms slapped his energy sea. Not good. Jing Su, along with his golden body and determination seal, pushed the formation, retreating towards the evil sky pavilion. The clear mirror platform had to be withdrawn. Self-destruction? Leng Luo rushed forward. Your opponent is me. Zhang Yuanshan slapped his energy sea again. Leng Luo's avatar also also manifested at this time, blocking in front of everyone. With Zhang Yuanshan at the center, it was as if a purple sphere had exploded. The sky was filled with purple mist, which fell in all directions. Manifest avatars. All the evil Sky Pavilion disciples at the foot of the mountain blocked the purple mist outside their bodies. Bama's gaze swept over the people of the evil Sky Pavilion and the gleaming heaven-tier weapons in their hands. What a luxurious configuration and lineup. Such an enemy should be nipped in the bud. Watching the purple mist continuously fall from the sky, Bama stretched out his arms, looked up to the sky, and said trembling, "For Lulan, junior sister, our sacrifice is worth it." Lun Luo's 8-leaf avatar blocked this wave of self-destruction, then immediately retracted and flew backward. Jing Su's formation followed, flying backward. The clear mirror platform was again staggered by the powerful thrust of this self-destruction. Pan Lydian and Monk Kong Yuan not only did not descend but continued to climb higher. The brownish-yellow mist swept over. Monk Kong Yuan was unaffected and suddenly attacked, but Pan Lydian realized something was wrong and quickly flipped over. "Old Pan, Elder Pan!" Monk Kong Yuan let out a cry and dived down. The ink-black demon Zen avatar appeared again. They had not seen the scene of Yu Shangrong slaying the demon Zen with a single sword strike. If they had, they would have been astonished by Yu Shangrong's terrifying strength. But the demon Zen that had been shattered by a sword strike had actually reappeared. A dead person. Can they really not die again? The ink-black figure of the demon Zen avatar pressed down towards Pan Lydian. Immense force. The gourd in Pan Lydian's hand released a circular barrier. The demon Zen smashed onto the barrier. Pan Lydian plummeted downwards, his vital energy and blood surging, his old face flushed red. The other members of the evil Sky Pavilion quickly gathered around, protecting Pan Lydian at the core. "What is this mist?" Lin Luo said lightly. "Blood goo." Old Eighth was very puzzled. Blood goo? Using the essence blood of powerful cultivators, combined with the essence blood of the caster, and performed with sorcery. If hit by blood goo, we will all lose our ability to move. So disgusting? Hold it back with forceful energy. Without the amplification of the clear mirror platform, the consumption of primal energy seemed to have increased a lot. Kong Yuan in the air looked at Jing Su's formation, his expression bloodless and terrifying. With his ink-black avatar, he attacked Jing Su and the others. "Fall back," a voice sounded from behind Jing Su. Looking closely, it turned out that the old demon had finally decided to stop watching.